Hey everybody, welcome to Telemazing. My name is Joseph Mwamba. Today is going to be our top 5 shows if it's the end of the world. Today we have our panelists Alanah Rafferty and Kristen Plati.
Hey guys.
So we're going to kick it off. Top 5 shows. Each of you guys came up with your own list, so let's hear it. Let's go with you, Kristen.
Okay, so this could be interpreted two ways. I personally took this as top 5 shows if it's the end of the world. So these are the last shows that you would ever watch if the world is ending. I think they're the ones that are the most enjoyable. They can be binge watched. And if you're the last person left on Earth, you're going to get hours of enjoyment out of these TV shows. So my top 5 shows are at number 5, Gilmore Girls. Number 4, The Office. 3, Parks and Rec. 2, Arrested Development. And number 1, Friends.
And Miss Alanah?
Okay, so I took a very different approach. I went for, if you are going to survive throughout the apocalypse, what TV shows can you use to help you survive the end of the world? So, in no particular order, I had The Walking Dead, Survivor, Doctor Who, ER, and Man vs. Wild with Bear Grylls.
We have to make this Telemazing top 5. So how is that list going to be constructed? Do you want it to be a hodgepodge of both of yours, or do you want it to strictly be a survival guide, or strictly these are the last days, I gotta watch that best show ever?
You're leading to the end of the world. You want to enjoy the last few days, so you want to watch some good television, but you also want to have a few survival tips so you know that when it's all over, you can continue to watch good TV shows.
I think we can make a very good list off of
I think we
that.
make a very good list.
Okay, great. So take your top 3 shows that you would for this list.
Parks and Rec, Arrested Development, Friends.
ER, Survivor, and The Walking Dead.
And actually, I'm going to choose for my wild cards. I'm going to throw in Bear Grylls.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to add The Office. So here are the 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shows, and we're going to put them all into 5 slots. So let's start with reality. We have Survivor and Bear Grylls.
Ooh, I think if you want more entertainment, Survivor. If you want more survival, Bear Grylls.
My only argument with Survivor is pretty much every season is, in essence, kind of the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
Right, and Bear Grylls does basically what Survivor does, but in a better way because he really knows what he's doing. Whereas
and
Survivor,
it's not
they're
about
kind of like testing.
and it's not about like the alliances,
Right,
which
exactly.
is what Survivor is
It's
really
like
about.
one man against the world.
And then we also have 2 dramas. It's ER and The Walking Dead.
The resources are really limited. In ER, they're in a hospital. So, like, you're given all of the resources. At the end of the world, you may not be given all of the resources that they have in this hospital. So, The Walking Dead is going to have more valuable lessons for you to learn than a show like ER, where they're all trained doctors who have access to any medicine and any utensils that they need, any equipment they need to perform these surgeries and to solve these problems.
So the 4 comedies that are remaining with 3 slots left is Arrested Development, Friends, Parks and Rec, and The Office UK version.
I would go with Arrested Development because at the end of the world, you're most likely going to be surviving with some sort of group, and you don't know what crazies are going to be in that group, so it'll give you kind of like the mental knowledge to, there's someone who paints themselves blue every night. How do you deal with that person?
And won't get naked ever.
Yep.
They're both really funny, but Friends is timeless.
That's true. And you know what, the 10 seasons thing, since a lot of the shows on the list already don't have a crazy amount of seasons,
Right.
This might be the one that you just use to like occupy time.
Right.
So then you have Arrested Development, you have Friends, and then you guys are saying ER over The Office UK and Parks and Rec.
Yes.
Another survival show isn't going to hurt.
That's a good outlook.
I mean, obviously I'm going to be 100% in support of my list, but at the end of the day, a little bit of medical knowledge is probably better than laughing a little bit at Parks and Rec or The Office.
That's true. And there's a lot of laughter in between
Arrested
Friends
Development
and
and
Arrested
Friends.
Development.
Right.
So I think we have the good like laughter section.
Right.
Okay, so then now the challenge is ranking the top 5.
Ooh.
So again, Arrested Development, Friends, Walking Dead, ER, and Bear Grylls.
Can I argue that I would actually start with Walking Dead?
You would start with Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But you would rather
I would start
second.
with ER and then go on to Walking Dead.
I would argue Walking Dead. Because out of all the situations I was supposed to be watching, that is the most relatable show. A
Which
world
is originally
where
what
you
I
don't
was
Rick wakes up and doesn't know what is happening, and you're like, okay, I kind of relate.
But if
with
you're
that
watching
thing.
TV at the end of the world, do you actually want to see at that very moment what's going on, or
That's why I
do you want to
feel
like
like-
buffer it a little bit?
But I feel like you should do all of the survival shows together.
Yeah,
because then
that's a good point.
you have all of the knowledge, and then you can relax and be like, now I can just enjoy these comedies.
I would end with Friends.
I would end with Friends.
Yeah.
I would end with Friends.
Friends has a really definite ending, I guess, actually. So
Yeah.
that would be a really
Yeah.
nice way to
I
tie
mean,
it
that's.
all
I mean,
together.
how better to end the last moment of TV? Again, new TV.
With everyone
but
leaving their
with-
keys on the table.
With everyone leaving their keys on the table. It's almost like the world said goodbye to you too.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Yeah.
That's really quite sad, but also
It's-
Friends
it's
is
closure.
the best. So
Yeah.
It's a certain closure.
That's a nice moment. Walking Dead, ER, and then Bear Grylls maybe, because
Yeah.
Bear Grylls I think is a nice way to get like a realistic, more realistic than Walking Dead and ER, human interpretation of surviving, and then go into the comedies.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's a good point.
And then we got
Arrested Development and then
Arrested.
Friends.
awesome. And so here it is, the top 5 shows if it is the end of the world. The number 1 show is The Walking Dead. Number 2, ER. Number 3, Bear Grylls. Number 4, Arrested Development. And number 5, Friends.
Good list.
It's
We
pretty
nailed that list.
We did.
It's actually pretty good.
We're
I'd watch
so-
all of
I'm
those
actually
shows.
We're so ready for the end of the world, you guys.
I feel it.
Hey everybody, thank you for watching this edition of Telemazing Top 5 Shows. If you guys liked what you watched, make sure you like the video below. Along with that, please make sure you subscribe so you can get all of the other segments we talk about, such as games that we play on Sunday, and of course the reviews that we have on Thursdays. And we also have a podcast on Mondays. We have this live show we do on Wednesdays. It's kind of a thing we do. It's pretty awesome. I like it. You'll like it. So make sure you check us out. Otherwise, I'm Joseph Mwamba. She's Alanah Rafferty. She's Kristen Plati. And we'll see you guys on Thursday.
Bye, guys.